Welcome Retail 101ers to another TMOL episode hosted by Mark Lack from Retail 101 Online. What's a TMOL? T-M-O-L, I hear you ask. Well, it's a 10-minute or less episode where I expand on a narrow element from a larger episode or cover something I have missed or something that a listener has asked a question about. After completing episodes 6 and 7, Unleashing Potential, Your People Are Your Success, parts 1 and 2, I spent a lot of time talking about how you get to know your team and manage them in a better way. However, one of my viewers sent me a message and asked for more information about leadership styles. This was timely, as I had recently started rereading the book on servant leadership by Robert Greenleaf, and it got me thinking. However, one of the first things you need to do is subscribe to this channel so that you have all the information you need to be successful in retail. The more people that like, subscribe and ring that bell, it really helps the channel to get its message out to more people. Now that you have completed that, rather than just suggesting you read the book and find out for yourselves, I thought for this TMOL I would do another book review. Robert K. Greenleaf's book, The Power of Servant Leadership, published in 1977, remains a seminal work in the field of leadership studies, advocating for a transformative approach that challenges traditional hierarchical models. Greenleaf introduces the concept of servant leadership by posing a fundamental question. Do those served grow as persons? Do they, while being served, become healthier, wiser, freer, more autonomous, and more likely to become servants themselves? This inquiry encapsulates the essence of servant leadership, which prioritizes the growth and well-being of others over self-interest. One of the core tenets of servant leadership, emphasized by Greenleaf, is the idea that leaders should act as stewards of their organizations, serving the needs of their employees and stakeholders. This stands in contrast to conventional leadership paradigms that prioritize hierarchical control and top-down decision-making. Servant leadership is rooted in humility, empathy, and a commitment to the development and empowerment of others. Greenleaf identifies several essential qualities of effective servant leaders. Firstly, they exhibit empathy and actively listen to the concerns and perspectives of others. By demonstrating genuine care and understanding, servant leaders foster trust and collaboration within their teams. They prioritize the growth and well-being of their followers, enabling them to reach their full potential. Moreover, servant leaders embody ethical decision-making and integrity. Greenleaf emphasizes the importance of aligning leadership actions with moral principles and values, emphasizing transparency and accountability in all endeavors. By adhering to ethical standards, servant leaders inspire trust and respect among their teams and stakeholders. Throughout the book, Greenleaf illustrates the transformative impact of servant leadership through real-world examples and case studies. He highlights organizations and individuals who have successfully adopted servant leadership principles and achieved remarkable results in terms of employee engagement, customer satisfaction, and overall organizational effectiveness. One of the most compelling aspects of the power of servant leadership is its timeless relevance and applicability across diverse contexts. Greenleaf's insights are as pertinent today as they were decades ago, resonating with leaders across industries who seek to cultivate meaningful and sustainable leadership practices. The book, though, is not without its criticisms. Some readers may find Greenleaf's idealized portrayal of servant leadership overly optimistic or impractical within certain organizational cultures. Implementing servant leadership requires a fundamental shift in mindset and organizational values, which can be challenging to achieve in the traditional hierarchical environments. Moreover, Greenleaf's emphasis on servant leadership as a moral imperative may overlook the complexities and trade-offs inherent in leadership roles. While the concept of serving others is admirable, leaders must also navigate competing priorities and responsibilities, balancing the needs of various stakeholders. Despite these potential critiques, the Power of Servant Leadership remains a seminal work that challenges leaders to reconsider their approach to leadership and management. By promoting a people-centered approach rooted in humility and service, Greenleaf's vision of servant leadership continues to inspire individuals and organizations to embrace more compassionate and inclusive leadership practices. Help is on the way. Servant leadership offers distinct advantages by emphasizing empathy, humility, and a focus on the well-being of others. One of its primary benefits is the cultivation of trust and collaboration within teams as servant leaders prioritize the needs of their employees and stakeholders. This approach fosters a positive organizational culture, leading to higher employee morale, engagement, and retention. Additionally, servant leadership promotes ethical decision-making and integrity, aligning leadership actions with moral principles. By prioritizing the development and empowerment of others, servant leaders enable individuals to reach their full potential, contributing to organizational success and innovations. However, servant leadership may face challenges in certain organizational contexts. Implementing this approach requires a fundamental shift in leadership mindset and organizational culture, which can be difficult to achieve in hierarchical or results-driven environments. Some critics argue that servant leadership may lead to indecision or an inability to make tough decisions when necessary, potentially compromising organizational performance. Overall, while servant leadership offers compelling benefits in terms of employee engagement and ethical leadership, its successful implementation requires careful consideration of organizational context and the leadership challenges. In conclusion, the Power of Servant Leadership is a thought-provoking exploration of an alternative leadership philosophy that prioritizes the well-being and development of others. Robert K. Greenleaf's vision of servant leadership offers a compelling blueprint for leaders seeking to make a positive impact on their organizations and communities through humility, empathy, and service. I hope this has helped somewhat in understanding some of the themes behind servant leadership. If you can think of anything else, then you know how to find me. Send them to me on LinkedIn, X, or the retail101online.com website, and I can add them to the list. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell wherever you get your podcast fix so you never miss out on the excitement of our next episode drop. Cheers to the retail revolution.